What is going on, guys? It is Wonder Productions back for another Let's Play AI only video. Oh my god, I'm tired. It's kind of late and I'm recording, trying to get these ready before school. And I feel like my first two episodes wasn't greatest commentary, but the third one doing pretty well. Now on the fourth one. So let's continue where we left off. The Spanish are losing badly to a French invasion. Hey, I'm actually really into this right now. It's actually pretty fun. Japan is doing great over in China. Huangzi click. Pending holding out against the Japanese. But not everywhere. Another yawn by me. Argentina is just destroying Uruguay. They're so close to the capital that they could just take it and end the war. But stupid AI is not doing that. Nicaragua is also very close to taking El Salvador. And they could actually take the El Salvador capital. Once again, weird play just to put Democrats in power. Oh, whoa. Big peace deal? Ooh. Germany has finally annexed Norway. Not fully. But Norway's now communist. And a puppet of the Soviet Union. Well, the rest of Germany has finally got that. And now Germany actually has a border with the Soviets, meaning war. So, yeah. Germany and Soviets are at war. Estonia is so close to just defeating Lithuania. But they have been slightly pushed back. I just want to see a strong Estonia, while France is just dominating Spain. Italy has just established itself as the African power. Argentina, I think, has pushed in even farther into Brazil. And Nicaragua is doing well in its El Salvadorian invasion, while the U.S. is just preoccupying the rest of El Salvador and pushing into the remaining number of their troops. Not the remaining number. The remainder of their places. And Canada's actually pushing back the U.S. in certain places from their formerly occupied. They've had to push them out of Toronto already, which is kind of crazy. Oh, look, it's Patton for a second. So sorry about the dull content early on. I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. But now I've gotten really into it. It's actually gotten super interesting. I think I found the right speed, right tempo, back into recording. So I just want to see the French. Oh my god, the French are just destroying Spain over here. Successful invasions left and right. 12:30 my time already. Wow, it's crazy. Alright, and tomorrow I'm gonna get cracking, making sure get all these videos up and running, and so they're ready for the next couple weeks. And I'm also gonna have to do schoolwork. Ooh, oh my god, school's starting in 2 days. Jesus Christ. Back to a country I wanted to check on. Bhutan. Bhutan has not invaded Nepal, unfortunately. That would have been cool, though. China's just kind of holding on by a thread. The Soviets have also let Saigon gain power. Saigon, because they are communist. Anyway. Finland is really meeting its end over here. But they have done a significant blow to a large Soviet force. Meaning they only, even though they only have 1/10 the amount. Democrats, Can someone just invade and destroy one of these countries? I guess they'll never have a border with them. So we'll never know. Anyway, the French are getting closer and closer to defeating the Spanish. They could just push in right now and conquer Madrid. The Spanish don't really have much to do with it. But they're not. See what the French do. Maybe they puppet or take anything, but since they are democratic, they probably won't. Which kind of sucks, meaning this war is all for nothing. Anyway, since Yugoslavia hasn't fallen yet, the Italians have kind of failed in their campaign over here. And for some reason they have a defensive line over most of Italy. Weird. They should really be just destroying them right now. Up north, not really a lot of things happening. while Saudi Arabia hasn't really done much. They're failing their invasions. It's just not really much going on in the world as of now. Ooh, besides for the successful invasion by Argentina, Uruguay, this war is definitely wrapping up soon. But, oh, how do they lose that? It's kind of just a stalemate. Well, Peru doesn't have the largest army. They have been doing pretty well. El Salvador has also pushed back Nicaragua. And Canada is pushing back the U.S. Even pushing across over here to Buffalo. Definitely interesting. Same old, same old. Czechoslovakia is actually about to take Vienna. I don't know. Hitler's kind of failed. Not failed. He just hasn't really been able to succeed in Czechoslovakia, who's just a powerhouse right now. Over 750,000 men. It's insane. And they've been able to conquer southern Poland already. Wow. Well, the French are getting closer and closer to their goal of defeating the Spanish. Another yawn. The U.S. is just rolling through Mexico to go and push back El Salvador. We'll see how long it is until China falls, because they're being invaded by so many fronts. It's crazy. Okay. Haiti has declared war on the Dominican Republic. And Estonia just has a free pass to go and invade, but they're not. If they would just take out Lithuania right now, it'd just make everything so easy. And of course now they put troops in right when I say that. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, ooh. UK has cut off troops over there, but the French have already sent reinforcements. France just has no manpower. Are they still unlimited? They are still unlimited. Aye. Aye, 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 aye. Cuba and its no wars. Maybe they are at war. Nope, no wars for Cuba. Very peaceful right now for them. Argentina, so close to winning. Just have to invade Montevideo. But they're failing very, very badly. On that note, Angola is losing to a South African invasion. But Italy still controls large parts of Africa. Ooh, the Germans have been able to penetrate through the Czechoslovakian lines. And Czechoslovakia is just reorganizing, realizing that the Germans were able to get through, nearly cutting them off. They're just throwing troops in. Oh, and were they able to fill the gap? Partially. They've already crossed this river. Now they just have to destroy it. It's a heavy tank, I think. Is it? Yeah, it looks like. Or medium. Ah, it's a medium tank. But still, it's a big loss for the Germans. And the Czechoslovakians were able to fill that gap. Really moving around troops. What are they on? Service by requirement. Okay. That makes sense, but still. Very successful invasions for them. They have conquered... I think, yeah, this is... I always thought this was Northern Hungary. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, this was always part of Czechoslovakia and people just demand it in the game. Okay, there we go. Argentina is basically united now all of southern South America. 42 divisions, nearly 500,000 men. Very, very strong country. While Brazil has had a lackluster performance, even though I thought they would be very well. I guess I was wrong. And Peru did well early on, but they just don't have the numbers. While over here in Central America, it's just been very, very interesting. And once again, there's Mexico. The Americans invading Mexico. Excuse me. As well as the Canadian invasion of northern New York. And I'm from New York, so of course I knew that was New York. Wink, wink, nod, nod. And back over to Spain. By the way, let's go New York. Back over to Spain. Yeah, we're just slowly being pushed back by a large French force. Maybe they'll eventually be able to get in and reach Madrid, but it's AI, so who knows how long that will take. Kind of similar to Italy just not invading Yugoslavia. I mean, and then there's also the failure of the Soviets to push through Romania, and Turkey's kind of been stuck with Greece. It's just a very stable front, or many fronts right now. And then also, because China's kind of in the middle here, of this massive just line of troops, they haven't really been able to be invaded. But slowly, Spain is falling. If the French just activated an invasion plan, it would all be over soon. Well, of course they won't. So we will see. Definitely. Has Argentina done much? They pushed a little bit into Peru. Well, Liberia is still here. 4 divisions strong. 32,000 men. Not bad. Bhutan has also invaded parts of Nepal. Peace conference. Okay, again with this whole Mexico thing. It's like it'll never end. 7 divisions from Bhutan. They've kind of become a regional power over here. Very regional, but still, it's not a bad thing. And Japan is nearly about to unite their fronts. Bad news for China. Ooh, France took 4 states. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so they took all states in Africa. Besides for northern Morocco. Is that it? Looks like it. Okay. I guess they never really want to conquer European territories. I guess that's democratic AI. Anyway. Estonia could just end this war with Lithuania and then begin to focus on other countries, but of course they won't do that. So, at this point, not much is going on. So I think I'm going to go speed it up to speed 5 and then see if anything happens. And if anything major does happen, then I'll slow down the speed. France has once again declared war on Spain. I don't even understand how they were able to get their troops out in time. And now they should just be able to blitzkrieg Spain. But of course they just send all their tanks to the border and then just sit there. And since Spain has no troops. Oh, France already has a troop by Madrid. So they weren't actually able to move them out. That's just 1 troop though. They should be able to, okay, there we go. Hopefully it's just more than that. Oh my god, it's not even that much. Japan versus France. Interesting. Well, China is reaching near its end with basically its fully surrounded parts on the coastline, the eastern coast of China. In the west, it's falling to a lot of the warlords. Ooh, Tibet has also fallen to the Soviet Union. Interesting. It looks like the U.S. is actually being pushed back. Ooh, El Salvador took 3 states. Mexico, I think, was fully annexed at that point. And there goes a blitzkrieg, you could say, by the French, even though they really haven't done much. Oh, excuse me. No. I don't know. Which is quiet besides for the failure of the People's Republic of China to hold off Japan. But still, it's not the end of the world. So, Estonia should really just end this war over with Lithuania. They haven't yet, and we'll see when they do. Well, Czechoslovakia and Poland have been like stuck in this grudge match war. It looks like Switzerland has invaded a tiny, yep, they have a tiny bit of Italy. Very, very close to a airbase. Unless they actually have taken an airbase. Oh. Very, not super strategic, but mountainous province in northern Italy. I mean, the Alps are very mountainous. I don't know much more is there to say about that. Argentina is trying to push up through Brazil and Peru, but they're basically just pushing through desert forest, not desert, I mean, like tropical forest or mountains. It's very difficult terrain to fight through. Angola? Is Angola about to fall or not? I think so. I'm not sure where else Angola has stuff, but I guess South Africa just has to occupy more. Southwest Africa. That was taken from Germany during after World War I, actually. Romania is not doing anything. Yugoslavia is trying to actually, well, no, they're defending against a small Italian invasion. Very small, though. Another note, Lithuania is being pushed into by the Soviets. I guess they also want to wrap that up and try to invade Estonia. Soviets filled 2.33 million manpower, while the US filled 1.7. Was checking on it. UK not that much. Germany 1.97. Okay. French also not that much. What about the Japanese? 1.57. These are good amounts. In Italy, 1.7. And also, of course, a cheeky Canada at 650,000. They seem much, much stronger for some reason. Just to me, maybe. I don't know. Denmark over here. 8 troops. No, 8 ships. No troops. 2,000 men in their navy, though. I guess they evacuated from what they once held over in actual Denmark. And now they're just in Greenland with a navy. Back over to China. China is so close to falling because of these Japanese invasions. So is the People's Republic of China close to falling because of Japanese invasions. Well, the U.S. is just barreling through El Salvador, kind of like they did to Mexico, but they'll probably just change them from fascist to democratic, and then keep fighting them, which ruins a lot of the fun. What can you do? Yawn. And Japan has just blitzed through Guangxi Click. Really able to hold on. And yep, there's annexation. And that's deserved because it's a game over. Haha, it's not actually game over. Just the Japanese have successfully Oh, that's a graphical error. Unpause time. Oh, no, never mind. Anyway, now the Japanese just have another front to open up with the Chinese. With more men just to push in. I think it's over for China, and Japan will just annex them. While over here, Bhutan has been able to kind of expand a bit. Not an insane amount. A good number. US is doing very well. Nicaragua is doing okay too. But they have been pushed out of South America by Venezuela, who's conquered Colombia, and who are pushing successfully, not successfully, but well enough into Ecuador. And Ecuador definitely does not have the lands it once held. Okay, Haiti has declared war on the Dominican Republic. That's 800 million times that happened. Canada has actually pushed a little bit into the U.S., conquering minor territories and a little bit of northern New York, a tiny, tiny amount. But, you know, it's still northern New York. In Estonia, nothing's really much is going on in Estonia. It's really been beaten down by the Germans and the Soviets and the Estonia, and not Estonia, because I meant Lithuania. Not much is going on over there. But Lithuania still holding on. And then to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia is also holding on. They've expanded their military too. Let's see what Japan does. Japan could just easily invade China, but they're not. That's the problem with the AI. They can easily win a war, but they're not. It's weird. It's stupid. Oh, another major peace conference. What is this? Peru. Ecuador was annexed by Peru. Well, it looks like Venezuela. Narrowing down the countries in South America to 4, not including this whole French. I don't really consider that a country, it's just part of France. Anyway. Oh, Ecuador is still alive on the Galapagos Islands. They continue to fight Venezuela, who occupies, I think, land part of Ecuador. Interesting. Let's see how Galapagos Islands are doing. They have no troops, but they're allied in a fight against Peru. Ah, they're also a Peruvian puppet. That makes sense. I don't know how Yemen and Oman just haven't fought a big war yet. But Oman is doing very well against Saudi Arabia and against Oman. So, okay. Another peace conference. Japan, Tibet, the organized nationalist China, and they did basically the same piece. They made Tibet a puppet, and they made China a puppet, making Japan very, very powerful. Now they can basically focus their efforts on a few minor warlords and then Soviets. Things really getting heated up. 1940, U.S. is successfully invading parts of Canada. Germany has not been able to push around the Maginot, but they have expanded their military rapidly, almost to the size of the Soviets. A lot of things are falling together. Turkey is also very powerful too, but it's been very uneventful in their wars. And now Japan is going in to invade, I think, the People's Republic of China before anything else. And Britain's basically fighting nearly every country in the world. So is France. Wow. I think even more countries than Britain. Oh, Brazil is holding off against an Argentinian invasion. Okay, Brazil has 444,000. So even Argentina's fields 520,000. And Peru's not even holding the mountains over here. Oh my god. Argentinians could just push up right to Lima, but because of mountains, they could probably get there in time. Anyway, it's not looking good for El Salvador, but neither is it looking good for Nicaragua. It's been pushed back by Venezuela to even farther into Panama. Oh. Let's look around. Let's go look over at Siberia. No, Japan just has a lot of troops over here. But they haven't really invaded yet. Or done something major. Besides for setting up troops, and now they're invading Yunnan successfully. They've also pushed into Vietnam. Anyway, I may call it soon. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some shut-eye. I'm saying this. I mean, you guys don't really know what time it is, but we will see. For me, things are definitely advancing. A lot of these countries. Nicaragua is holding off on a lot of their invasions, and Spain once again has pushed into Lisbon, or very close to Lisbon. So it happens, and they are failing to hold off the French invasion. Like always. The French are very, very good at invading. Only the Italians over here. They're definitely doing a number. The Soviet forces in the region, especially since they outnumber them by a large amount. Anyway, back to Yunnan. And China definitely has a lot of manpower. That is true. No other country really has that number right now. Or that amount. Maybe the US. No, not even the US. But the US is definitely doing very well in their invasions of El Salvador, proving who is really in charge of America. While South America is uniting slowly and slowly, I think, under what looks like an Argentinian banner. Venezuela does also have something to say about that, even though their numbers are smaller. It's really between Brazil and Argentina, and Brazil hasn't really conquered much. They've really just been pushed back everywhere so far in this game. Not really able to hold on to anywhere. It isn't really a good sign. Especially for me. Well, Liberia has actually done very well. Also because they're uncontested basically everywhere. Okay. 100% world tension. Czechoslovakia. Very strong presence. Nearly 900,000 men. Very, very large army. Many of them not motorized or armored. And a lot of them either mountaineers or I guess normal troops, I think it looks like. I think this is where I call it. So I'm gonna pause and save game here. And I always like saving, I don't know why, while recording, because make sure that I didn't forget. I'll save before I end my recording. So anyway, oh no. If this crashes, I do have the first save. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, no, it almost crashed. Ooh, shit. Ooh, that. It's not no bueno. It did actually, in fact, crash. So, I like to say thank you guys all for watching, and luckily I do have the autosave. So I will be able to save that. But thank you all for watching. And this is kind of dramatic, but see you guys later. Bye.